Hello everybody and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm. So what we're going to do today is finish things off. We're going to harvest field number 7, which is the field we've been working recently, and we're going to use the MajsteR 760 with the PowerStream 900 header. We're actually going to do this job tomorrow in game time, so that'll be in a second for you. But yeah, this is the setup we're going to use, much bigger than the case. And because I don't really use this machinery very often, I very rarely use the MajsteR, it makes a bit of a change. So I'll see you in a second. Here we are, I've just jumped into the Waschbar because what we're going to do is attach the trailer. Now this entire harvest is actually going to be a time lapse. It's going to be one massive time lapse, and hopefully this is going to make it much more enjoyable to watch, because I do harvesting quite a bit, and well, actually this week mainly I've done quite a bit of harvesting, so I really want to blast through this job and then do something else, because yeah, it's a job that has to be done, but we don't necessarily have to see it all happen in real time. So let's just put the tractor and trailer here to unload into, run back to the MajsteR combine, and then begin. This is going to be good, because this is the most profitable the crop can be, with the exception of the 10% ploughing. And yeah, basically, because it's wheat as well, there should be a fair bit coming out of it. So off we go. Just need to get set up. There could be a lack of space here. Actually, what we probably should do is put the header on back here. Now, it's got to be in this sort of corner, because there isn't enough space to get between the two barns with the 9-metre header on. So I've got to sort of squeeze through this gap. I think it is doable. Let's get the trailer to go round a bit. There we go. Yeah, I think that is doable. But also, I think this is going to be the best combine for the job, because the case was too small and the others are a bit too big. So the MajsteR, what is it, a 760, seems to be the best option with a 9-metre header. Let's go in cab view. There we go. Lift it up. Hopefully it doesn't bring the trailer with us. We need to be careful with the barn behind us. And there we go. Let's begin. So, if I unfold it, that's weird. Caught on the hedge. There still seems to be a collision here. Right, we're free. We just need to attach the PTO, and then we can go for it. Now what we're doing here is chopping the straw, because, well, as you know, we're moving on to the next map, which is going to be Sandy Bay, and there is absolutely no point in leaving a swath of straw if there is nobody here to bale it. I suppose the next owner could bale it, but it just looks a bit neater from our point of view to chop it. Right, so I'm going to do a time lapse and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so there we go, the field is completed. It didn't take too long as a time lapse, which was good. Right, what we need to do is unload the trailer, unload into the trailer, and then take it back to the yard. Now we are tipping in the yard, as you'll have seen. The reason for this is because I'm just going to do one massive sell of everything instead of doing lots of small loads to the store with this trailer, because it would take forever. So basically when we get back into the next map, which is Sandy Bay, we'll have all of the money from all of the crops which we've sold on here. The livestock will be all transferred, so we'll still have just as many pigs, cows and sheep with exactly the same amount of food, water and straw. So it'll be like we haven't even changed maps, but obviously we will have done. And the machinery will be different. In fact, we're about to sell quite a bit of the machinery right now just to see how much we have, how many assets we have on the farm. Obviously, the combine is not ours, so that's going to be returned in a second. But before we do return it, I just want to... yes, I thought I was going to roll away. I just want to tip this first of all, drop the trailer off, and then bring the header trailer through. It'd be much easier than faffing about in that little courtyard. So we'll just tip first of all. And then yeah, my plan is to have like a lineup of every self-propelled vehicle we've got. And then obviously the implements which are left we're going to have to sell from the store by pressing P from the garage. You do get a bonus if you sell at the store, but going backwards and forwards that many times with all of this equipment is going to take a very long time. Right, okay, so I'll drop the trailer off in here. We will of course have to jump out to do the manual attach, or manual detach in this case. There we go. And yeah, let's just pull the trailer through. None of it is ours, even the header trailer is leased. I think that must be the first time ever that I've leased a white header trailer. They can't be very common. Okay, go on. Good. Right, okay. Make sure it's the correct way around. And this may be beneficial with it being on a bit of a slope. Hate reversing these things. There we go. Okay, into the combine again. Start it up. We can fold it up. That's a very efficient folding up device. That seems much quicker than all the other harvesters. And providing we are square with it, we can drop it off. Detach the PTO first of all. That's annoying because that's going to repair it. Not too much. Don't slide off. There we go. Okay, so we can now start our vehicle lineup. The combine will be towing its own header trailer. So just the same with any finishing off video, there isn't really a great deal for us to do today. The main aim was just to finish this field. So really for the rest of this video we are just going to be selling stuff, which I don't know, it could be a good or a bad thing, who knows. It is going to be interesting to see how much money we're going to get from this. Off screen, like I say, we're going to sell all of the crops, so there is potentially a fair bit of money on here which is going to be transferred to Sandy Bay, which is obviously going to give us a really good kickstart when we start the next map. We'll be able to buy totally different equipment if we want to, and it's going to be a lot more unique. Potentially, the combine can be more expensive and bigger. It should be. That is going to stay here for the time being because we do need to create our line just here. I don't know how many tractors we've actually got at this farm. Probably just two. I think it's the Deutz and the John Deere, which is tucked around the corner. So we will take the high value pieces of equipment with them. I think the John Deere should take the baler because that's expensive. And I suppose the Deutz should take the seeder. Yeah, the seeder is most likely the second most expensive piece of equipment here. The weeder actually is worth a fair bit. But yeah, this seeder is expensive. It's about 51,000 new. Brilliant. The front loader, self-propelled front loader, is down at the store already, so we don't have to put that into Convoy. Just trying to think, what is our other machine? We do have one, I'm sure. Or is it just two? Not going to be a very impressive Convoy then. Oh, that is set way too far. Way too close. Yes, we've got two balers here. I suppose what we could have done is put the trailer on the John Deere. I suppose we still can do. Put the trailer on and then attach the baler to the trailer, if that is possible. It's worth a go. I can't really imagine it working, but I'm all for taking more than one thing because we get more money. I suppose actually as well we could attach something to the front linkage. Yep, let's attach something to the front. I suppose this thing over here, the hopper, we do have to unfold the 3-point linkage on the front first. That's working. Good. And now we can attach it. Brilliant. Yes, it is possible to attach the hopper without unfolding the lower links, but the link arms, but it looks a bit ridiculous. So it's definitely advisable to do that. There is still some seed in here. Anyway, the trailer. If this all fails, we'll take the baler and not the trailer. Well, that is very close. There we go. We'll cut through here. And I think the baler is, yes, in what used to be the bale sell point. Ah, not much space here. Okay, let's just have a bit of a manoeuvre. Let's back up to it. We've still got a cultivator and the slurry tanker there as well. Right, is that going to do it? Not quite close enough. Technically, it should work. There. Is that close enough? Okay, I'll take a look at this off screen just to see if it is actually going to work. Well, it's all as close as it can be, and it's not working, which is a shame. If you go in cab view, try and attach, but it won't do. So I can only assume that that is definitely not going to work. Oh well, maybe another time. We can try to have 2 or 3 implements behind the tractor. So it's a bit of faffing about. We'll take this off again and we will put the baler on instead. At least we're getting a 20% bonus on these more expensive implements. Be close enough. It may be because the baler has got a PTO and obviously the trailer doesn't have PTO connectivity. That could be why it's not working. Or what about the other way around? Because you can usually tow a bale trailer with the baler. Let's just see. This might work. Yes, it works. Brilliant, so we can take it. I just got the order wrong. Now this can be added to our convoy here. Bit of fun. I think we'll set the distance to 15, maybe 20 in fact. Doesn't seem to like it. And let me just tab through our machinery. Oh yeah, we've got the Claas. So that does need to be sold as well. Let's just reverse. And I'll pick up the front loader. It does seem a shame selling all this. It's just the next farmer, the people who have bought the farm, have they've got their own stuff. So we might as well just sell our stuff and start from fresh. Fantastic. And it looks like this trailer here is going to be the best thing to take. In fact, I don't think there is anything else here anyway, except for a rear weight, which wouldn't be very exciting. I'll spin round, then we'll join the convoy over at Coldborough Farm. We'll be seeing these pigs in Sandy Bay. How many are there? I can't remember. I probably should actually take a screenshot of the details, because otherwise I'm not going to know exactly what to transfer. 15 sheep, 14 pigs and 12 cows. So we're starting off fairly small, but this is going to be built up in the next map. So we're never going to be starting from scratch again, which is really good. And also, wheat, 73,115 litres. That is not bad. Everything else is minimal or nothing. But no, I think once everything is transferred and sold, it's going to be a fairly healthy figure. Let's head down there, and I'll see you in a second. The Claas tractor has joined the queue. We're going to begin, and I can only see this being a total nightmare for when we get to junctions, because all the tractors will be pulling out in front of cars. What we could do is turn off traffic just for this, but it seems a bit unrealistic. Well, that isn't a bad line of vehicles. The John Deere is taking quite a bit there. Claas is struggling to keep up. Basically what we need to do is go to junctions the least amount of times possible. So it should just be this one and this one down here. Come on, someone don't pull out in front of that car. Don't pull out in front of the car. The Claas is going to. Yeah. Although, it may get away with it. Yep, I think it will do. Right, so what about here? We'll let this car go. Oh, it's turn left anyway. Right, let's go for it. Providing we're on the correct side of the road, there shouldn't be any issues. Just watch the John Deere. Oh, that is so close. Oh, fantastic. So things are going pretty well. Yes. You can probably tell why I don't do this very often. Why is the Claas stopped? Weird. I think it's hit a car. We have regrouped, luckily. We've got a few cars sandwiched between us all, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to seeing if we get there in one piece. So far so good. There's only been a slight accident with the Claas. I think it just crashed into the side of a car. Nothing too serious. It drove away anyway. I'm not sure if the driver of the car was alright, but I don't know. The driver of the Claas left it. Somehow we have become very sparse. There is a big gap between everybody. Maybe no bad thing. Gives us time to return this first of all. I need to make sure that we get in there enough for it to register the header on the trailer. So that should be alright. Wow, that is a good queue. A queue to be sold. Where is the trigger? I've run over the trigger. Oh no. Oh, it's okay, it's here. Return. And next thing is... Come on, work. Work. The combine. And then there's a massive gap between it working. There we go. Next thing. The money is about to start going up. Okay. This time we've got the tractor. That was a good price. £82,251 and £45,000 for the drill. Already we have got £202,000. We've got all of our bales and stuff to sell, all of our crops to sell, and all of our implements to sell. I feel we're going to be quite successful on Sandy Bay, but we deserve it, definitely. It's about time. Oh, interestingly, the baler was worth £3,000. I must have adjusted the price at some point. Now we need to push this forward. And now for the Kramer KL30.8T. I'm assuming that means 8 tonnes. £372,000 so far. Looking good. That's another 50,000. Obviously we can have some more of these implements and tractors back in Sandy Bay if we want to, but this is all part of the transfer. Now everything else, as you know, wasn't able to come with us because we don't have enough tractors to be able to pull them. So I can just simply sell them from here. It shouldn't take too long because I don't think we've got an awful lot of stuff. What we do have is quite expensive. But I'll continue doing this off screen until we're finished and see how much we end up with. And there we have it. The only thing which is left is a load of wheels and a load of sandbags, but we can leave them here. We're not going to be so tight as just to take all of them as well. The next owner can use them as much as they want to. Anyway, £586,000. That is before we sell any of the grain, and before any of the bales and silage bales, and the silage bales are worth a lot of money. So I'm going to predict it is going to be about £700,000 it'll be, which sounds like a lot of money, but when we start to buy equipment in Sandy Bay, that money will soon be depleted, and actually, because the map is in a way bigger, we're going to need bigger machinery, and yeah, I think again actually we are going to be struggling a bit, but that is a good enough finish to Coldborough Park Farm. Thank you for watching this series, I really do appreciate it, and thank you to Bullet Bill once again for producing and releasing this fantastic creation. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.